Hey guys, Kirsty Snyder here, ready to rock it out for Teachable Tuesday for the 11th, nope, 15th, the 11th month, the 15th of November. Super excited to chat tonight. We're going to go over formulas that are specific to incredible success that a lot of us are having. So if you are wanting a daily, weekly income, you've got to master the formulas that we'll be talking about tonight. So have pen to paper, pay attention, and listen up because you're about to really get some really great insight for things that we have inside of our TFT training, but are specific in acceleration to what's currently working now and an expansion of that. So going to let people in. If you're on the replay on our playlist, please put replay in the comments below and then let me know if you have any questions inside of our playlist. I'd love to hear from you. So let's make sure we can let everyone in. Hey, everybody. When you guys get here, make sure you are muted and also make sure that if you are in a position to show yourself, I'd love to be able to see you, connect with you, be able to actually see your face instead of just, person, something behind the screen. Making sure that I can add everyone here. Give me just 1 second as I admit everyone. Super excited to have you guys when you can hear and see me. If you can see other people, all of that, please put in the comments that you can. I'd love to hear from you guys.
I'm just going to say this. If you guys only knew the value of what you're about to get tonight, hot damn. All I can say.
Don't you always say
I got a
that?
sneak peek a little while ago, guys, and all I can say is hot damn. Like you guys are going to get some value.
Value.
Anyway.
We got to come up with something else to say. I feel like we say that all the time, right? You guys are going to get some value. They're like, I know.
I hope you guys know that at this point, man. Like just for like, again, I've said this before, but I'll say it again because it's worth saying. Kirsty, the effort that you put in on the back end is just freaking awesome. It's just, I personally feel blessed to have you on the team because, the effort that you put in towards our team is just freaking awesome. And the value that you deliver, like, I know I speak for everybody here, but like, we're all very grateful for what you do on the back end. And yeah, I can see people holding their thumbs up. So it's just awesome. So very much appreciated. And
thank you.
Looking forward to everyone else seeing what you're going to deliver tonight, because I already know it's going to be good.
It is going to be good. And thank you, Daniel, for that acknowledgement. I really do appreciate you guys. I appreciate being able to give. As I always say, you give, you gain. And being able to give to you guys means the world to me. Like it really, really does. It's not something that I just do because it's like, oh yeah, it's fun. No, really, like I eat, breathe this stuff, especially on Tuesdays, because it's very intentional about giving. It's being able to accelerate you guys alongside you guys, having clarity come for you guys instead of you feeling like you're wavering. I know a lot of you guys have expressed to me, you've expressed to your sponsor, you've expressed before that you've started businesses in the past and it's been like, ugh, you get left in the dark. Your sponsor up and leaves you hanging and you get confused, you get in turmoil. And that's so not what we want here. That's why we're so intentional about working with you, working alongside you. That way you feel first part of a community, second, that you're able to do it. And third, that you have all the resources in how to do that. Instead of just being told what's possible, you actually have the how to for that possible. Make sense? I'll ask you guys to do me a favor. Just make sure when you guys are popping on that you are on mute. That way we don't have any background noise on accident. And as I said at the beginning, if you're catching the replay and you're on our playlist, please put replay in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you guys have thoughts, questions during it, feel free to hold them to the end. We're definitely going to be doing a Q&A and I couldn't be more excited. So as you guys saw, probably in the Facebook group, we have 3 different formulas happening tonight. Okay, 3 different formulas. Can you tell me what they are? Put it in the chat. We've got P&P. We've got, what's that other one? PDC. Okay, that's the second one. And then the third one, which you guys probably know, DMF. That one shouldn't be hard. Let me guess, or let you guess right now what they are. Okay, so you got P&P. What does it stand for? You've got PDC. What does it stand for? And DMF. Yep, direct message formula, Morgan. I know. You guys should know that one. That one is that's definitely something that we talk about often. So Montana to the punch. Love it. Roy to the punch. You guys are in proximity. Go figure. So the P&P is Peak&Pass. That's what we're going to talk about first. Second, we're going to talk about pain plus dream equals connection. And then we're going to wrap those two together in the DMF, which is a direct message formula. Now, I'm going to shoot it to you straight. Probably 90%, 85 to 90% of my sales come from the things we're talking about tonight. So you want to look behind the scenes for what is working, what's actually thousands of dollars paid every single week, like clockwork. It's this tonight. So pay attention. Okay. And as you guys have questions, if you have a thought come up that you're like, what about this? What about that? I struggle with this part, whatever, please write it down. We're going to do a Q&A at the end. Okay. And then again, let me admit a few more people here.
I think one quick thing to highlight too here, Kirsty, is the.
Oh, uh-oh. Where'd you go? You're on mute. How did you do that?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can. Okay. Hi.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm getting used. I have this curved monitor over here. So I took the whole Zoom and I moved it over onto this big curved monitor where it's like much bigger versus just my Mac, since I'm in this Airbnb and I got this office to myself here. So anyway, it's super cool. I love this setup. It was one of the reasons why we rented this place.
Yeah.
Because I have an office set up and it's like there's two curved monitors. They got that little thing you can plop your laptop up on, so it sits up, so it's head high, and it's like there's a printer and a curved desk and everything. It's super cool. So, and I got to look here, but the Zoom's over here. But anyway, so like anytime we share something in a, here with you guys on a Teachable, when we put it into the team training site, like you guys got to realize like the stuff doesn't go in there until we've actually tested it and proven it. Same exact thing with the funnels, where we've tested these funnels, like whether it be the all-in-one, whether it be the conversions funnel, whatever, like we've tested these sometimes for days or even weeks or months on end before you guys get a hold of them. It's the same thing with the short form video content. And it's the same exact thing with what you guys are going to learn tonight, because even though Kirsty just said that she closes a lot of her sales in the DM and with what you guys are going to learn tonight, and even folks like Catherine, there's other people. It's not just one person that's been able to like use this and get a result. We have multiple people that are using this process. This is a proven process, guys. So make sure you guys are paying attention. Make sure, hopefully you guys have notepad and pen and you guys are actually taking some good notes so you can get some things out of this. And obviously this is going to be recorded. You can go back and watch it. But what you're going to learn tonight is it's not just theory. We're teaching practice, which is being practiced over and over again by Kirsty, as well as Catherine and many others. And like, as an example, I don't know the exact number, but it's like Catherine closes 98% of her sales using what we're going to teach tonight. And she's closing sales pretty much every single day. So a lot of good stuff coming your way.
Yep. Totally. Yep. You guys, everything that we teach is proven to work. It's just a matter of you working it. So remember, network marketing, don't forget the work part. You can net sales, you can net income. That's great. But the work part is what makes it accelerated. It's what makes it consistent and every single day, every single week. Okay. So let's just take a pulse before I dive in here. How many of you guys are excited for tonight? Put in the comments below if you are. I want to see all those thumbs moving. Let's go. Super excited. Okay, good, Sim. Linda, Joe, Daniel, George, Morgan. Holy freak, can't keep up. Okay. Good. Okay. So going to share this right now. And for those on the replay, this is in the description below this video. Okay. Going to share this right now. Going to share my screen. This is what we're going to start with. P&P, Peak and Pass. You're going to learn, if you haven't already, and you're going to start mastering this now in a different way for the things that we've talked about as far as short form videos. You pique interest because of a short form video. You then pass the ball, however you want to describe it. Okay. You then pass with a direct call to action. Now, what are the two call to action, you guys? What are the two favorite call to action? Tell me. Some of you guys will say comment. Comment is an okay answer, but what are the biggest two? Yep, domain and DM. Why is that? Tell me why that is, you guys. Who cares if you have a CTA, a call to action of a domain? Hey, go to work with billybob.com, right? Yep, Morgan, exactly. It gets them off the platform. Why does that matter though, you guys? And we'll see how fast your thumbs work tonight. I'm going to be asking a lot of questions. The reason it matters is because in a short form video, if your content, say, is 9 to 12 seconds on average, okay, and you don't get them to move, you don't get a person to actually do what you suggest, scroll. Just like we said last week, scroll, boring, don't care. You could say the most perfect thing in the world and no one cares if they don't make it to the end, they don't hear or see the call to action, and the call to action is all over the place. No more call to action that's like this video, follow me for more. Nah, stop doing that. You want people to go to your capture page, workwithpaula.com, whatever your capture page, okay? Or you want them to direct message you. Now, let me just nip this in the bud right now. And I'm going to unshare because I get passionate, okay? If you are not giving the call to action of message me, you need to grow a pair. Okay. And what I mean by that is if you're scared to have people direct message you, I can't have my call to action be DM me because I don't know what to say. Bro, the only way for you to know what to say to master this skill is to what? Practice. You've got to practice. My first few times messaging people, I was like, ooh, I had no idea what I was saying. I fumbled, I barfed, I did the dumbest things ever, probably. But the more I practiced, the more I got consistent with it, the more it was easy to talk to people where I didn't feel like a robot. And then what happened? The birth of the DM formula happened because I practiced so much. So when I say grow a pair, I'm saying put on your big girl pants and decide to say DM me. Have it be authority positioning. DM me. I'm open. Let's chat. Let's see if this is for you. Rather than, oh, just go to my capture page. No, stop doing that. Do the capture page. Yes.
Can I add one
Yeah,
thing
go ahead.
there real quick?
Yep. Go ahead.
I think I love this part, and I love what you're saying because I think a lot of people, when they get to the message part, someone reaches out asking for, hey, what is this? How does it work? How do I get started? Like it puts you on the defensive, like, oh geez, I got to say the perfect thing. You guys got to realize when someone's reaching out to you for information, you are in control. You are in pole position, my friend. Yep. You have the authority. They're reaching to you because you're like the one in the authority. You're the one that knows what's going on, and they're reaching to you for the information. So just know that. And yeah, can it be a little bit nerve-wracking? You might be like, oh, I want to say the right thing because you really want to get the sale. You want to bring somebody on. You want to build and grow your team. Like, we get that. But like, when you go through and you apply what we're going to give you guys tonight, what Kirsty put together, like, it's all right there. It's all right there. But just know, feel it, that like you are in a position of authority. You have that, you own it. It's yours. Yep. So be comfortable with that and be confident with that.
Yep, exactly. And here's the thing. Some of you guys will have questions eventually that say, how long have you been in it? Guess the freak what? No one cares. The reason they're asking something like that is because they want to know if it's possible for them, no matter what you set up to that point. If it's your first day, if it's your first week, it's your first month, you've been in it since last year. No one cares how long you've been in it. They don't know that you're nervous. They don't know, but you're giving your power away by not having the confidence, even if you're faking it at the start. I wasn't confident when I first started DMing people and responding. I was like, "Oh, I have no idea what I'm saying. Oh, go here." I threw up all over the place, which is why we're interrupting this so that you can learn from my mistakes and actually do it a little bit better, faster this time, instead of doing what I did and I said too much and then no one ever cared. You know what I mean? So let's see. Got to let a couple more people in. Hold on. Okay. So share my screen again here. Peak and pass. Okay. We're going to go over a couple examples of this, then we're going to get into some nitty gritty. Okay. Last week, I mentioned very, very briefly about features versus benefits. The peak and pass is the difference between features and benefits. A lot of you guys are saying things that are totally pitching. You're like the used cars salesman. And then you wonder why you lose the sale, why someone ghosts you. It's because you're barfing on them. Let them talk. Let them have an opinion. Let them say they've never seen your overview rather than you saying, "Have you seen my overview? Oh, it's about 10 minutes." And you put in your email and blah, blah, blah. Holy freak, you lost me, right? Let them talk. Stop barking. Let them talk. They're in control. They are deciding if they want to enroll or not you. You're not selling them. In fact, write this down. If you are selling, you're doing it wrong. Not once have I felt I was selling someone into it. Not once have I felt I was convincing someone to finally sign up. Why? Because I sell, okay, I put that in quotes. I sell the features. No, I sell the benefits. The benefits, okay? So here's an example. This is where I want your participation. The feature of Apple Music, okay, of an iPod, back in the day. 1,000 gigabytes is the feature. The benefit is 1,000 songs in your pocket. One is relatable. One is a pitch. Do you see that? Give me some examples, you guys. This is why I said this on here. Because I want let's just say 5 examples coming through from you guys for what's a feature versus a benefit. Give me like a this versus this versus that, whatever you think of for the example of something like 1,000 gigabytes compared to 1,000 songs in your pocket. One paints a picture, one pitches. One is relatable. That's the desired outcome a person wants. And one is, oh, the exterior in this car is so nice and fluffy. Who cares? I have 3 kids. Is it going to hold up on them? Or do I care about how nice and fluffy the car is? Bill? Okay, so let me see here. Hopefully the confusion goes away, Anthony. Perk up. We got you, boy. Okay, up to 70% off hotels versus $30 a night at a 5-star hotel. Yep. Okay, that paints a picture. Dig in a little bit more for me, Dwana. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. If not, let me know. Travel at 25 to 70% off. Okay, Jamie, is that a feature or a benefit? Life insurance, $1 million versus family financial security. Love it, Simon. Simon's new, by the way, you guys. Welcome, Simon. Good to have you guys have him on. Okay, so for example, $1 million in insurance versus family. Wow. Security. Okay. Plush leather seats versus more comfortable to sit on. Okay. Paint an even better picture for that, Tim. I love that. Plush leather. Oh my gosh. Seats versus what? If you were to paint a picture, what does that mean? Comfortable to sit on. Who cares? Long, luxurious drives with no backache. See how that paints a picture compared to comfortable seats? Okay. Long family drive with no backache. Okay. All right. You guys probably get the gist. I'm going to scroll through a couple of these. 20 a month for $5K a week. Okay. Save money on expenses versus save money that you can spend on your family. Okay, even more than that, Carl. And this is just examples, okay? Paint the picture. Save money that you can spend on your family. What? What money? Going to the aquarium, going to the zoo, saving for the family trip, going on the weekend to a soccer game. What does that look like? Paint a picture. Okay. And not just Carl, all you guys. Okay, lots of comments coming through. Love it. Okay, so Jeanette says save on gas versus driving to work daily. Yes. However, they're saying the same thing. So define it a little bit more. Saving on gas is one thing, but what's the point of saving on gas? Who cares? What's the feature? What's the principle underneath that matters? Who cares they save on gas? What does that mean for them if they do? Okay. Okay. Save 30% on groceries versus wholesale prices. Okay. But why does it matter if they get wholesale prices? And I'm not saying you guys have to answer this right now. I am saying, though, when you are doing a short form video and you're peaking and passing, you're peaking interest in 9 to 12 seconds, let's say, and then you're passing the ball for a layup. The only way that gets scored, the only way that happens is if you pique their interest enough to have them actually go pass the ball. Basketball analogy. Hopefully you guys get it. Does that make sense, you guys? Let me know. And this features and benefits is really, it's a practice thing. You're going to understand it even more when you actually are DMing people and you're finding yourself saying, oh, you can, make this amount and blah, blah, blah. Who cares if they can make an amount? Why do they care? Because they're in debt. Because you know that they have $50,000 of unsecured debt. You know that that's suffocating for them. You can't just lead with, it's possible to make money. They don't care. They care why they want to make money. Do you guys get that? The underneath reason for everything you say, that is what you're peaking and passing. Make sense? I know it's a lot. Let me know. And I know it's something to think about, but go back to an easy relation of here's a pitch, 1,000 gigabytes. Great. If I'm a tech person, I'm like, ooh, 1,000 gigabytes. I know exactly what that means. But what I know as a mom who's wanting multitask and clean my house is 1,000 socks in my pocket, 1,000 songs in my pocket as I clean the house on my iPad, on my iPod, listening to it is more meaningful. Does that make sense? You don't want to pitch people. You want to relate to them. And the relatability comes with what's the benefit of the feature you're talking about. Does that make sense? Okay, so moving on, you guys. The next acronym we have is Pain+Dream equals connection. This is something that I learned when I was actually a paralegal at a law firm. Yep, little story on me about a decade ago. I worked for a credit repair law firm and I was a consultant and I helped people understand the pain that they're in. They have bad credit. They went through hard times. They didn't pay their blah, blah, blah. They, whatever, have crap happening. What's the dream? To repair credit. Yes. But the dream is the fact that they're in so much pain, they can't go get a house. The pain of their bad mistake of whatever led to their credit being so sucky that they can't get approved for a house, for a car, for a new credit card, for the trip that they want, for whatever. What's the connection? That they need credit repair. Same thing here. The connection of I'm sick and tired of driving to and from work every day. The only way they connect the dots for I want to work at home is when you bring up the pain in your short form video, in your content, whether that's YouTube, whether that's short form video, whether that's you decide to run a Facebook group, whatever. You have to pinpoint something that's painful, something that solves it. And then the person makes the connection for, is SHG my connection? Is that my solution? Okay.
Yo, KS.
Yeah. What's up?
Congratulations.
On what?
You just had a sale come through.
I did.
Uh-huh.
That's funny. I did. That is true.
I'm watching the ticker literally live. I just saw the commissions go up, so I just checked and you got a sale. So great job.
Yeah, that's funny. That awesome. Yay. Okay. Let me admit a couple more people. Hold on, you guys.
You
Okay.
guys think about like what just happened? Like she's over here doing a presentation and she's making sales because of taking action, short form videos, getting people to a presentation, peaking exactly what we're talking about here, peaking the attention with short form content, passing them to more information, either a VSL or B, a YouTube video, which is another form of a VSL. They watch it, they sign up, she makes money. It's a pretty simple process if you think about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Takes the whole example of Peak and Pass, this whole give and gain, this whole proximity thing to a whole new level. Don't you think? So going to share my screen. Hold on. Okay, so have you guys heard the dog on the nail analogy? Yes or no? Put yes or no in the chat for me so I can either go into it or not. The dog on the nail analogy. Okay, so you guys can look this up later, but the rough version of it is neighbor Billy Bob meets Helga. Okay, Helga's dog keeps whining and whining. Billy Bob goes over there, says, Helga, why doesn't your dog move? Why is he in pain? Oh, he's sitting on a nail. Billy Bob goes, Helga, why doesn't he move off the nail? And Helga says, because he's not in pain enough. So here the dog is sitting, whining, making neighbors complain, making them annoyed. He's in pain, but he won't move off the nail because what? He is not in pain enough. So check in with yourself. Is your content describing and understanding their pain enough without being negative Nancy, without drawing in a bunch of people who are grumpy? But is it painting a picture well enough that they actually want to stay on your video? You're speaking to them. It's different when you say, do you want to fire your boss? No, duh, everyone does. Who the freak cares? Compared to how annoyed are you at that boss? One paints a picture that's saying the same thing, but one paints a picture. Are they in pain enough to stay on your video to see the connection at the end for, I have the solution. Work at home with me. Here's how. Go here. DM me. Let's chat. See if it's for you. Okay. For example, sick and tired of that freaking commute. What would it mean for you to never drive in traffic again? What's the pain? They're sick and tired of the commute. What's the dream? What if they never had to drive in traffic again? Does that make sense? Same thing here, you guys. Being paid bi-weekly is annoying when you live paycheck to paycheck. If you were doing a short form video on that, do you think I'd be smiling when I said that? No. I would be saying, being paid bi-weekly is so freaking annoying when you live paycheck to paycheck, right? Interruption. And then you have a buildup. You're still presenting value. And what's the solution? Go here now. Let's see if it's for you. I work at home. Let's see if it's for you, etc. Okay. Same thing here. I'm not going to read all of them. You guys can read. You're smart. How long have you survived drowning in bills? Wouldn't you like that stress to stop? If I had a way to stop surviving and start living without that stress of money, would you be open to it? DM me if you're serious. Feel me? Connection. So you have the pain, you have the dream. The equals connection is always if SHG is a good fit for them. Is working at home a good fit for them? And the only way you're going to know that is if you have pain plus dream equals connection. If you peak and pass well enough that they stay on your videos. And if you get up the courage, the big girl panties, and decide to have them direct message you. Some of you guys have messaged me over the last week or so saying, I'm so excited for Teachable Tuesday and I want to be there and stuff. But I'm not having people direct message me. Why the freak not? Well, I don't know what to say. How are you going to know what to say if you never practice? How are you going to know what to say if you never get a direct message? You and I could role play all day long. We used to do that at my law firm. We used to I used to help people. I used to train people on what to say with this whole dream and pain and connection thing. And until they started doing it, they'd fumble. They'd hurry and talk to someone and be like, oh, I messed up. I'm like, good. I'm glad you messed up. Because now you know better what to say next time. Now you know not to barf on them. Now you know to let them talk instead of you barking. You don't know what you don't know till you're in it and doing it. Do you guys agree with that? Do you see what I mean? Put yes in the chat. And if no, put no. Have the guts to say no. All yeses so far. We'll see if anyone says that. Gotta barf so you can learn. Exactly, Paula. Exactly. Okay. They'll make the connection that SHG is for them if you connected them. Okay. You guys have heard this type of thing before, I would think. If you understand a person, if you get where they're coming from, they what? 3 words. It's a K word, it's an L word, and a T word. They know, like, and trust you. And what does that do overall, you guys? Who cares if someone knows, likes, and trusts you? Why does that matter? It's not just the sale. We're thinking long-term here. We're thinking vision. It's not just getting a sale. It's not just making $10. It's not just helping a person. It's what does that person then do when they know, like, and trust you? They stay, which helps them out, which helps you out, which increases your financial wallet, which helps other people do and feel the same. All of it is encompassing. When they know, like, and trust you, they stick around, right? You feel me on that? Yes? Okay. Let's go back. I'm going to share my screen here. Well, hold on. Any questions up to this point for Peak&Pass for Pain+Dream equals connection? The little bits of features and benefits. Have I made you like lose your mind? Let me know. Peak&Pass, you're still kind of lost. Okay, so the very, very dumbed down version, Montana, is your short form videos are the I'm piquing their interest. The only way I can pass the ball for the layup to score, okay, basketball analogy, is if I piqued their interest enough that they actually want to pass the ball and go off the platform that they found you on. Meaning if they found you on TikTok, they find you on Facebook. They DM you. If they found you on TikTok, they find you in your Facebook group. If they found you on Facebook Reels, they go to your YouTube channel. If they found you on Instagram Reels, they direct message you. Did you pique their interest enough in following the formula for short form videos that they then had no choice but to pass their own ball? Make sense? Hopefully that's a little bit simpler for you. If not, let me know. Okay, hold on. Let me scroll up here in a second. When you're Yep, DM on Facebook, DM on Instagram, whatever. Put a person in a direct message. Tim, for example, which I don't know how to say your last name, Wykislak. Is that how you say it, Tim? You'll have to let me know. Tim started last week. Tim found me, I assume, on a short form video. And then he got into my Facebook group. And within an hour, he was enrolling. Why? Because I peaked and I passed. I peaked and I passed. Pique the interest, pass the ball. Pass the ball into your funnel of YouTube, your funnel of a Facebook group, your funnel of a direct message. Don't have YouTube, don't have a Facebook group. You haven't gotten to that part of the training. Cool. You know how to direct message people. You just got to get the courage to do it. Okay. Jamie says, yeah, go ahead.
Let me chime in on Jamie's comment and question here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Jamie's asking, do you handle conversations differently with people you know versus people you don't know? And she says, I feel like I'm stuck having to explain everything. And I'm going to put this about as direct and blunt as I can. If you're in a situation where you feel stuck having to explain everything, then you're talking to the wrong people. End of story. Um, and for me, always, always, always 99.999% of the people that join my business are people I do not know. I
Amen.
don't,
Yep.
I
Same.
don't market to people that I do know for a very specific reason, because I don't want to have to explain anything to them. I don't need to explain anything to them because, again, it's just a confidence thing, but it's also it's just a fact and a reality is like, when you get out there and you go present, and what we're talking about tonight is just peaking that attention. When
Yep.
you peak it and you practice and practice and practice peaking it, and you do it the right way, and you pass them along to the next bit of information, the VSL, the YouTube video, whatever, and they see it, they're going to like it and they're going to join. And you don't have to explain any of that. So the only time you're going to have to maybe explain a little bit is what we're talking about here with the DM formula, but it's all spelled out for you, what to say, how to say it, when to say it, all that here. So again, you don't have to worry really about explaining anything because we have processes that will do that for you. So
And on top of that, and Jamie, we'll come back to it here in a second, but just, as like a encompassed thing for you. Jamie was a person along with a few others. You guys, who you are. I messaged a few of you because I know you're doing direct messaging specifically. And I asked for feedback. I said, "Okay, send me, some conversations that you guys have had where it hasn't been a sale. Like where are you getting hung up?" And I was looking for common denominators to teach on tonight so that you guys could see, okay, here's a common trend that's not reaping a sale. This is how to alter it. This is how to tweak it. Jamie was one of the people who I reached out to. And along with Jamie, a couple others were having the same problem. So we'll put a pin in this right now because I will get to it here in a second. But I have another solution, just like Daniel said, for you, Jamie, and a few of you guys as well. I mean, all of you guys, but specifically those who have messaged me. There's a common denominator that we'll talk about here in just a sec. And if people are asking so much that you're explaining the crap out of it, it is exactly why Jamie just said, you're barfing. You're barfing on people. You don't need a barf. Answer the question, ask a question. Answer the question, ask a question. Okay. And I'm going to share my screen again because we're actually getting to this. Okay. Let me make sure I didn't miss any other questions though. Give me 1 second. So VSL is video sales letter. And Dwight, awesome to have you on. Are the short form videos better with voice or just emotion and wording? Do what you feel is comfortable. I do a mix of both where it's me talking and having clips that run into each other. And it's also where it's like text on the screen. It's me typing at my computer. I don't talk at all. It's like music. Be sure to check the pinned announcements that we have inside of our Facebook group because there's oodles of content to clone, all of which are voice, just emotion, just text, whatever. Go do what works. Hopefully that's helpful for you. Let's see. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Ashton, you're barfing too. Okay, no more barfing, guys. It's gross. Okay. All right, let's share my screen here. Okay, so the direct message formula, you guys, I included the video, goes straight to YouTube instead of me having to explain, okay, log into your 1, 2, 3 training and da, da, da. It's just right here. Okay. This is something that I should sell for literally like 2 or 3 grand on its own because it is that lucrative if you guys actually go do it and practice it. Okay. I'm shooting it to you straight. If you are not being religious about what's taught in here, you need to starting now. Okay. Same thing here. This is the PDF. I did it from our pinned announcement that I just referenced to Dwight, actually. This guy right here is the PDF. You guys be freaking faithful to this. Okay. This is seriously what reaps me so many sales every single week, every single day. This right here. And you guys have access to it. Okay. So when you're on the Google Doc, make sure to hover over it and actually go to the hyperlink. Okay. Okay, couple things. Now we're getting to the direct message formula, the DMF. Okay. Less is more. This is what we were just saying to Jamie and others. You guys are barfing. You're barfing. And I'm not just talking to people who sent me stuff. Don't cheat if you're on this, by the way. Don't scroll down. Don't go further. Pay attention to what we've got here. Okay. And make sure you guys are on mute if you can. Okay. I don't know who's unmuted. Ah, sorry. Yeah. Less is more. Answer their question. How does it work? It's digital marketing. When do you want to get started? You know what I mean? You don't have to go into that much detail when they ask one simple question. Less is more. How do I get paid? What level? How much is it? How much is it? 20 to 200 bucks. When do you want to get started? Not, it's $20 if you're a gold member and gold members get da 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 da. Oh, and it's $100 if you're a platinum member. And holy freak, what does that even mean? And now they have more to think about because you barfed on them. When they ask a question, answer it, then ask them a question. Do not leave it on a ... Ask them a question, continue the conversation. Okay. Give me some examples right now, just in regard to this. What questions do you guys get that you know you're barfing on?
Let me just give a quick answer to this. Exactly what you were just talking about too, Kirsty, is I remember watching, it was years ago, I was watching on YouTube. It was a network marketing trainer, and they were specifically saying, and I don't think it was Ziegler. It might have been Eric Worre. I can't remember who it was, but they were specifically saying, when someone is asking you a question, never, ever, ever give them the answer. Point them to where the answer is. So as an example, if someone says, well, how much is it to get started? Instead of saying, well, let me type it all out for you. As a gold, you get blah, 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 as a, whatever, and you type it all out. No. Someone says, as an example, well, how much is it to get started? You could give them the link and say, here, there's 3 different pricing options. And then they have to click and they have to go find the answer themselves. But like, instead of giving them the answer and typing out and explaining the answer, you point them to where the answer is.
Exactly.
So I hope that makes sense.
Yep, totally. It's really having them be resourceful from the start. Now, if you're brand new to DMs and you're saying, just like I just said, it's $20 to $200 depending what you do, that's okay to say. You don't have to just say it's in the video, it's in the video, it's in the video, right? Practice. Give too much information to practice and get a feel for how to peak and pass. You're piquing their interest by answering their question. You're passing the ball for your own layup by asking them a question. How much is it to get started? 20 bucks. Or you could lead with 200. I mean, you can answer that if you want to, but there's no reason to go into, oh, and this, oh, and this, oh, and this, oh, and this. Like, answer the question, ask them a question. Drill that into your head. Answer the question, ask them a question. If they ask a question, that's one sentence, not a paragraph. Go ahead.
There's also some, you guys got to realize this too, and this is just as important. There's a process that's happening and taking place when you're answering questions. And this is kind of like the underlying thing, is that when someone is reaching out and asking you a question and you're answering it, they're also getting a feel for themselves of how are they going to explain it when they join and someone asks them a question. And if you're getting comfortable with passing them to the information versus having to explain it, it's going to be much easier for them to comprehend.
Yep.
If, like, as an example, with the price point, which we just talked about, if someone is asking about price and you just give them a link and say, here's the 3 price options, and they can go figure it out on their own, that's going to be easy for them to comprehend. If someone asks them, well, how much is it? They're not going to have to explain anything. They literally just need to pass them a link and say, here, there's 3 pricing options. Yep. So they're also getting a feel for that. So keep in mind, as you're answering the question, you're also unveiling to them what they're going to be doing as well. So do you want that to be way overly wordy and complicated the way that you're making it? or do you want to simplify it and make it super simple and easy?
Right. Exactly. Yep. And the people who are annoyed that you won't just answer their question and they're, being sent to a video, they're not going to sign up. And that's okay. Next. Don't think that you have to hold on so tight that you're strangling people into signing up. They'll be the person who quits. That's what I mean by if you're selling, you're doing it wrong. If you're selling them, you're doing it wrong. And so many of you guys, I know, because you guys have a bunch of you sent me messages today. I'm talking like 25 people. It's not a call out to any of you guys, but a common denominator I saw is, what's this? It's bleh, and you barf for like 2 paragraphs. I'm like, just answer the question, then ask them a question. How much is it? 20 to 200 bucks. Who was it? Tim? Too many comments here. Tim Murray says it's 20 to 200 bucks. Which one are you signing up for? Which one do you want to enroll into? Ask them a question. Will you guys put yourself on mute, please? I don't know who's off mute.
Well, guess who gave me my confidence? My grandma. Why everybody else wants to say, "Oh, he got this going on."
Oh, shoot, I cannot see who's
hell no. My grandma said no.
loud. Ah. Okay. Hopefully you guys can still hear and see me okay. That's funny. Okay. We're giving grandma compliments is what it sounded like. That's good. Okay. Does that make sense, you guys? Answer the question, peek the answer, right? You acknowledge what they said, but then pass the ball into closing. Closing. You're not a sleazy salesperson. You don't need to pitch them on all the benefits and the features and, oh my gosh, you got this. Just answer the question, then ask them a question. Okay? Good. No worries, Precious. You're good. Okay. For example of barfing, a lot of you guys had the common denominator of you just go here, enter in your email, then there's a 9-minute video on the next page, and oh my freak, you lost me. I have to do what with my email? Why do you need my email? I wasn't concerned about that till you brought it up. Barfing. No barfing. Here's my link. Huh. That's it. No more. Okay. Another common denominator for those who I messaged today. Literally, you guys, like 24 of you. Okay. Not a call out to any of you guys specifically. Stop saying things like, let me know. They're not going to freaking let you know. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're interested. Let me know if it, blah, barf, pitchy salesman. Stop. They're not going to let you know. You have to assume the sale. When are you enrolling? What time are you opting in tonight? Which level are you getting started at? What time do you get paid tomorrow? When are you getting in? Don't say things like join. Don't say things like interested. Okay, this is just my personal experience. Take it with a grain of salt or take it and run with it. My personal experience is right here. Okay. When you say things like, let me know, when you say things like, are you still interested? Oh, my freaking nasty salesman. That's all I feel. Okay. Now I could be wrong. If that's working for you, freaking do it. But what reaps me the most sales is by avoiding these types of things. Okay. They're not going to let you know. Okay. I'm going to unshare the screen. I got to get passionate. They're not going to let you know because they're a 2-year-old. If I told he's 3 now, if I told him, hey, Colton, what time do you want to have dinner? He'd never let me know. I wouldn't say, let me know what time you want to have dinner. Even if he was starving, he's still going to be like, what time is it? Oh, mom, hey, yeah, let's eat at 6:45. He's not going to freaking let me know. I have to give him the option in a direct way. Colton, do you want to have dinner at 5 o'clock or 5:30? 5:30. Okay. And then it's 5:30. Guess who shows up? Hey, Colton, it's 5:30. Let's have dinner. That's like the easy follow-up because he decided he wanted dinner at 5:30. That's what you're doing with your leads too. What time are you enrolling? I get off work at 5. Cool. I'll message you at 5 o'clock with the enrollment link. You know what I mean? It's an easy follow-up when you're assuming the sale. If you feel awkward in following up, it's because you haven't assumed the sale and you've probably been barking more than letting them talk. Let them lead. They're the ones making the decision at the end. They are. It should not be you being like, oh, are you on the page? Whoa. You would know if they're on the page if you follow the DM formula. Truly. Make sense? That's what I said to George. When are you enrolling? And look who's here, George. Oh, it's hilarious. Okay. Sharing my screen again. Stop saying interested. Instead, replace it with these types of things you guys can read. You're smart. Okay, one more common denominator. I sent this to a handful of you guys. What was it, over the weekend? It just came out of nowhere. I said, hey, I dare you guys to follow up with every single lead that you have and say to them, hey, Paula, I've got 7 spots open this weekend for our income accelerator. Do you want in? Well, what the freak is the income accelerator? I don't know, bro. Make it up. I'm just kidding. No, the income accelerator is our new funnel. It's to get a result within 24 hours. The term income accelerator is something that's what? Piquing their interest. You pass the ball by asking a question. Do you want in? Okay, same thing with like comments back on YouTube, comments back in a Facebook group, whatever. If you have a call to action that says, comment, I'm in, and then you reply back using the DM formula, which you guys will know if you go study it, okay? You reply back with what you do, go to blah.com, DM me if you're serious, and then they don't DM you, you're like, no one cares. No, people get busy. People don't care. You have to get a creative Peak&Pass way of following up with them. So, example, right here. How do you follow up with them? Hey, Paula, I decided to open up 7 more spots for our income accelerator based on our conversation from yesterday, from last night, from 2 weeks ago, from 10 years ago, from whatever. Okay. I'm thinking you might be a good fit. Do you want in? It's a takeaway. It's I relate to you. I remember talking to you, and it's urgent. I only have X amount of spots. Okay. Same thing with these ones. I won't read them. You guys can kind of, interpret them how you want. Only X amount of spots left in my new income accelerator, with you being whatever they said, new to the online space, broke as a joke, bleh, whatever they've told you already, you relate to them and saying, with you being scared to start, this could be a good solution. This meaning the income accelerator. It doesn't matter their hesitation that they told you yesterday or a week ago. You're relating it back to them. Hey, I heard you. I have a solution. Want a spot? What's the worst that could happen? They don't respond. They respond and say, screw you. Or they ask a question. What's the income accelerator? And then you're messaging me like, I don't know what to say. Good. Good. Now you're getting practice. Okay. Couple last tips. Are you guys even voice messaging? Are you guys voice messaging? Simon and a couple others who signed up this week with me specifically already said today during this chat tonight that they signed up because I was voice messaging. Interesting. Why is that? Put in the chat, you guys. Why does voice messaging even matter? And by the way, don't sound like a freaking robot. Talk to them like I'm talking to you now. Don't be like, hi,
Use
I'm
their
reading
name
a
too.
script. Yeah, use their name.
Make sure you use
so
their name.
good. Yep.
I
So
would.
it's more.
I
It's
wish
more
there was a
personal.
study that showed, because I bet the percentage would be high, the amount of DMs without voicemail and the amount of DMs with voicemail. I would say that it's probably a 80% higher close rate than without.
It
Just
totally
my
is.
guess.
Even when I follow up with someone and I say, hey, Ricky, following up, what time are you enrolling today? Ricky is going to respond. He's going to respond. Why? Because I took the 5 seconds of time to say, hey, Ricky, thinking about you. What time are you enrolling today? Hey, man, didn't forget about you. Want to make sure to get you taken care of. Blah. What time are you getting started? What time are you opting in? When are you going? What level are you coming in at? Be direct, assume the sale. The worst that could happen is they're like, screw off, right? I never get those messages. I've never even been told, holy crap, you're salesy. And I'm like the sales queen over here. Not really, but kind of. But I'm not selling people. I'm leading them from their pain to their dream. And the connection is SHG. It's working online. It's having me in their corner. That is the solution. But they're not going to make that connection if there's no pain, there's no dream. Make sense? Okay. Last thing here, and we'll kind of open it up for Q&A here for a couple minutes. My
Yeah,
connection
Kirsty,
is
your
unstable.
screen froze and your connection's super choppy.
Is it? Freak. It's lagging.
Yeah,
It skipped a
you were
bit.
chopping in and
Okay.
out there for a little while and your screen froze.
Oh, shoot. What? Am I still frozen?
You're okay now. Maybe unshare your screen.
Maybe
Maybe
unshare.
try to just, yeah, maybe pop out.
Can you guys see me?
I want to chime in on something that
Yeah, do.
I can't remember. Kalisha, did I say your name right? I might have butchered your name. I apologize. I think it was Kayishia. Oh man, I'm screwing that up. I apologize. So she says, it was a great question too, and I'm sure you guys have gotten this. Well, I know I've gotten this, and I have my own way to respond. If you get a person, she says, what if you get a person who responds, why do I have to go watch your link, or why do I have to go watch your video? Can't you just explain it to me here? And the first thing I'm going to say is this: that's most likely someone you don't want in your business right off the bat. Right off the bat, for me, that's a red flag. My response might be a little more bold, and you can kind of take this how you want it. But typically when someone asks me that, I would respond typically with the voicemail and say, hey, I'm pretty sure you value your time. I don't need to explain everything to you here because I have a video that explains everything for you. Just like you wouldn't want to explain everything to every person that asks you a question, because you would literally waste all of your time explaining everything. And I do this so I can own my time.
Right.
So if you want to be able to own your time, go watch the video. If not, hey, sounds like it's not a good fit. No worries. I know that was a little bit of a long-winded answer, but for me, that's a posture thing. I don't have time to explain everything to everybody. Hence, we created the videos to do that for you. And if you feel like you can't go watch that, I don't want you in my business, because like now you're just wasting my time, and you're wasting my time on purpose.
Right.
And that doesn't work for me. So, hey, sounds like it's not a good fit. And I know that was super long-winded, but again, that's just the type of person that, keep in mind, as soon as you get that question, that should be an instant red flag that this most likely isn't someone I want on my team.
Right. Well, and if you guys are voice messaging that, hey, if you don't have 9 minutes of time to watch the video, that's okay. But I want to maximize my time, as I'm sure you do yours as well, which is why I have it in a video, because I have so many people wanting to work online to replace income. And those who are serious will make the time for the video. You know what I mean? People will understand that. And if they don't, because I say that not often, but I do say those things. But there's also a way for you guys to know when they have the time for the 15-minute video. If you're just spamming them the link and you don't point blank ask them, have you seen my business overview yet? And you're just like, here it is. You have no proof for when they're watching the video. And then how do you follow up when you weren't engaged with them? Make them respond. Make them respond. Okay? Q&A. What questions do you guys have? Kevin, thank you so much for that feedback. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. What questions do you guys have? You can put it in the chat. You can take yourself off mute, whatever works best. Like, where is it you're getting hung up? What's a question you get all the
I have
time
a
and you're
question.
still like,
Can you hear me?
"Ah." Yeah, go ahead.
This is Mike Smith out here in Buckeye, Arizona.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for your doing. I'm brand new. I've been maybe a week with you guys. How do we find out how many people? Do we have a place where we can find out how many people are clicking on our links? And how do we get access and follow up with those people that do click on our links and follow up with leads with people that are not direct messaging us?
Great question. So if you have a tracking link and your site name, you can send it to Daniel and he can get you your leads. That way you can see, okay, you've got 100 leads, you've got 50 leads, you've got 5,000 leads, whatever. But as far as the follow-up goes, Mike, we do that for you on the back end and it's custom to you. So if Billy Bob hits your link and he puts in his email, we follow up for you with Billy Bob with your custom link.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. And then
Yep.
You said something about adding something so we can, like a tracking link. What is that?
Great question. So that's actually in your advanced section in your 1, 2, 3 training. So
Okay,
you
I'm
go to
not
your
all the way
advanced
through that.
section. Oh yeah, you're not supposed to be through it if you started a week ago. So you're good.
Okay.
You're
Yeah,
good.
Thank you guys.
There's two different, if we're talking about tracking, there's two different ways to look at this. Because I know, Mike, you had mentioned clicks. If you're looking to track clicks, you need to use a tracking software, either like a ClickMagick, Traffic Optimizer with Traffic Authority. You can use something like Bitly, like a link shortener, and they can track clicks. So that way, if someone clicks on your link and they go and they get into your capture page. Now, if you're looking to track leads, that's a different story. And Kirsty just mentioned that's in the advanced section of our team training site. So tracking clicks, someone clicking on your link, tracking software, tracking leads, that's adding a tracking tag to your existing link, which is in the advanced section.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
You're welcome. Any other questions, you guys? And even specific to the DM formula, to Peak&Pass, to anything we talked about tonight that you're getting stuck on. Say you're a direct message crazy person, and every time you get this question, you're like, I never know what to say. It always comes out fumbled and jumbled and barf. Let me know.
I have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do you explain what SHG is?
A savings membership. That's it. I keep it very, very simple. What's SHG? A savings membership. Or you could say it's a business in a box for savings on your monthly bills. That's it.
I'll answer that question even more simple. How do
Yeah.
you explain SHG? I don't. I pass them to a video that does.
Yep. Yep.
Seriously, I mean, if you're at a point where someone wants to know, like this kind of goes back to the question of like, hey, what if you have a person that says, well, can't you just explain it to me? Like, no, I can't. If someone's at that level where they're like, maybe they saw the VSL, maybe they want more information. They want to know like, well, what specifically is Savings Highway? I want more information on it. There's a full presentation on YouTube where Bill Constane literally goes through the entire company overview. If someone wants to know at that level of detail, like what is Savings Highway, here you go, watch the video. Like, I don't explain it. Video explains it.
Yep. You got it. Let me scroll up here. I saw a couple of questions. Let's see. Where are they? Ooh, this is a good one, you guys. And I know some of you guys have had this question and you're like, oh, I don't know what to say. I'm new. I haven't made money. What do you say when they ask you how much they make with SHG? What do you say? Do you guys have an answer to that? I'm curious because I know some of you struggle with this. And it's not, Jamie, I think it was, commented saying how rude, like they want to ask how much, Billy Bob, who's a lawyer, makes. I agree with you. But when you're in the online space, people expect you to say how much you make. I honestly would not even worry about that question. In fact, oftentimes I will respond with, now I have a different story, so I could respond with something specific, right? I respond with, I'm able to afford my monthly bills a lot better because of this business. You can make it general without being like, I make $700 a day. I'm a freaking baller. Like, I started yesterday, I made $1 million. Like, you don't have to get specific. And you have to think the reason the person's asking that is because they want to know their own potential. It has nothing to do with you. It doesn't even matter your response. Their belief system is why they're asking that. Make sense? Does our sponsor coach us along the way? Yep, we teach you 3 times a week. That's what I'd say. I wouldn't say anything else, Mike.
Again, if you guys go back to what we talked about as far as like coaching and training, if you guys think about what we talked about with the VSL script, you know, the video sales script from last week, one of the lines in there that we use is we train your members so you don't have to.
Yep.
And that's a real easy one to learn. So this isn't old school traditional where, you know, you got to meet them in a coffee shop. You got to draw circles out on a piece of paper and get them to make a list of their closest 100 friends and family. Like, we train your members so you don't have to. And that's as simple as I keep it. Like, we walk them through step by step, so you don't have to worry about that stuff. And it's all explained in the training site. When you get a new member, you send them a specific email, pulls them into the site, does all the training for you. Now, obviously, if you want to be a hands-on involved sponsor, which I highly encourage, you certainly can, but you can also peek and pass them over to us, and we'll take the reins from there. Like, that's what we love doing.
Yep.
So like you kind of have the best of both worlds.
Yep. It's awesome. Darla, this is a great question. This is something that I actually talked to Simon about yesterday. Simon, do you remember this conversation? What do you say to people outside the US as to the savings? Something specific that I say to that is the savings are going to vary per country because not everything that we save on is applicable. Something like auto insurance savings might not be applicable in Australia. Once you get in, you'll be able to see all the savings applicable to your country. And the reality is, I don't know all of the savings for every single country. I've got people in Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, the Philippines, Brazil. How am I supposed to know what's applicable for them? They're actually going to know more so what's applicable for them when they enroll. They'll be able to know, okay, this isn't applicable to me because we don't even have that here, right? Credit repair isn't for every person, but the truth is credit repair could be for every person because someone like Simon in Australia is meant to impact someone who's my next door neighbor here in Colorado because he said yes to him in his business. That's like always my response. Well, it's just applicable to the United States. No, it's not. The only way it's applicable to the United States is if you think that you are limited to the US, which you're not. You and I are talking and you live in Ireland, whatever. Okay. Hopefully that's helpful, Darla. George, what in the holy scam is this right here? I don't even respond to that crap. There's nothing to even say to that. If they already think it's a scam before they, yeah, that's not even worth your breath.
Yeah, someone mentions the word scam, they don't even get my attention.
Yeah, bye. Yep. Craigslist does help make sales, Mike. Yep, 100%. Bill Marler is the king of Craigslist. And when you get into your advanced training, like the next level training section, you'll be able to go through the Craigslist stuff. Very, very good. Any other thoughts, questions, you guys? Even specific to the DM formula. I know we're like 10 minutes over, so let me know. Anything you're getting stuck on that you're like, I never know what to say at this point. Let me know.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What have you guys seen generally be most successful platform for marketing?
It depends on the person.
Okay.
The most successful platform for marketing for me is Facebook. The most successful platform for marketing for Daniel is YouTube. The most successful platform for someone like Catherine is Instagram. Everything that we teach, no matter your lane, no matter what you vibe with, is proven to work. It's just a matter of mastering what you resonate with.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You got it. How many times do I follow up if they don't respond to the last message? Once, twice? If they don't respond to the last message of, hey, when are you getting started? They just read it, don't respond. I'll message them a day or two after and say, hey, if you're serious about taking action, let me know. That's the only time I say something like, let me know, because if they read it and didn't respond, I don't want to waste my time there. Hey guys, well, I think that's a wrap. Thank you guys for popping on. Super excited for you guys to be practicing the DM formula. As I said at the start, if you're not doing this first, this entire training was not in vain. It's something that you actually have to go do so that's understood. Hurry up and fall on your face. Hurry up and suck. Hurry up and say the wrong thing. Hurry up and barf so that the next time you don't. Okay? And we'll see you inside the group in just a moment. Why? Tell me why I'll see you in the group in just a moment, you guys.
Ooh, I know.
Of course, you know, I say it all the time.
Are you grabbing the link? You want me to grab the link?
I'm trying. You can grab the link.
Yeah, I
Grab
got
for
it right
me.
here. One sec.
You guys are awesome. Okay, so this bad boy right here, we have this as a long-standing post inside of our Facebook group because we want you to go collaborate with all of your team leading from the front. And for those who were not able to make Teachable Tuesday, if we all of a sudden see 100 comments come in, ba-bam, on Teachable Tuesday, then there will be more people who are in collaboration for what works, which is what we want. So go to this post here. It's posted in the chat, it looks like. Dana just posted it in the chat. Make sure to comment what you learned tonight. Don't just say Teachable Tuesday is awesome. We know that's great. We want you to say what you learned. So specifically, this stood out. This made me have a light bulb moment, whatever. Go comment on that post that Daniel just posted in here and comment what you learned. Even those on the replay, we'd love to hear from you if you watch it a week, a day later, okay? Thank you guys for hopping on tonight. It was really, really awesome. Be sure to save that doc if you need it, and we'll see you inside the group in just a sec. Bye,
Later.
guys. Thanks for coming.